it went to a website, and there was only one thing on the website for sale. Do you know what that was? It was a T-shirt with a swastika.
From the bottom, they tore it down, I rebuilt it. I give myself a task, you can bet your ass I fulfill it. Yeah, man, I'm talking about Willis, one of the realest to try. My family.
Pulling Thread Podcast, episode 107.
It can't be 107. We've been doing 107 for like a month. He keeps reusing numbers.
Well, that's how your new Social Security number is going to be.
Reuse numbers
on the blockchain. You're going to have your number, but there's going to be a few of you.
It's so crazy. To think. Like, people are like, "Oh my God, Elon's going to get access." Elon
already has access.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy that there are people out there that are that dumb that don't understand that probably the easiest hack those 19-year-olds have ever done is getting into the government. Yeah, it's getting into the government. There is not even the reality is even NORAD was hacked.
Yeah.
There's nothing that if Elon wanted to see your
Elon invented PayPal. Like, he already has all your shit.
What is the richest man in the world going to do with your fucking Social Security check? It's just so dumb.
Constitutional crisis.
Yeah, constitutional. There's nothing constitutional about this crisis.
Unelected bureaucrat. Unelected. What are they? Oligarch.
Yeah.
Unelected oligarch.
Yeah. Okay. You know who invented oligarchs? You know who invented didn't invent it, but put the term oligarch in the zeitgeist for Americans?
The CIA?
No, fucking Obama. Obama was the first one to use oligarchs as a means of political will. So I don't want to hear shit from you liberals.
Did you watch the press conference from the Oval Office yesterday?
No, I don't. I can't watch them.
Okay,
I don't watch them.
So Trump's in there, Elon's there,
yeah,
and Elon has this 4-year-old named X there.
Yeah.
I'm reading the comments, and everybody's so pissed that there was a child in the Oval Office. Like, that's what they're going on and on about. He was distracting, but the only people talking shit are the people that are fucking pissed about Elon.
Yeah, if I come to you and I'm like, hey, the people that you have put in office are stealing billions and billions of
trillions
of dollars from you. They're stealing it. And your comment is, well, Elon's not an elected official, or there's a kid in the Oval Office. You literally, every single person who makes a comment like that should immediately have their rights for voting revoked.
$150 million payment went out after they said stop all payments. Yeah. $150 million went to FEMA, from FEMA to New York
to pay for hotels,
luxury hotels. And the way they spin it is like, that's only a 4-star hotel. That's not a luxury hotel. The stakes are only $50. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
It doesn't even matter.
It's how they write it, man. It's just
doesn't matter. Before they announced that, and I don't know, maybe they did. Elon should have been like, "Hey, Holman, you need to go to this hotel."
Yep.
And then they should have been rounding them up while they're like, "Hey, guess what? You're not getting your because the reality is, it's rich people giving rich people kickbacks. That's all it is. It's rich. Yeah. It's them stealing your tax dollars, giving it to a rich person, and then that rich person pays those fucking liberal Democrats off through donations. It's a fucking big Ponzi. It's just as.
So the attorney, you have this.
Burn it down, Trump. Burn it down.
The attorney that put the stop firings order in, right, trying to take Trump to court. Turns out his daughter works for Board of Education. So they gutted basically USAID, which is not aid to anyone. That's just fucking manipulation from. You don't have to go hardcore. America's here, USAID, and think farm aid and we are the people and shit. That's not what that motherfucker is.
But what I'm saying is you don't have to go hardcore on it. Meaning, I am 100% sure that there were people working for USAID that were doing real shit. But they were spending thousands of dollars to do real shit, while the people within USAID that were spending billions of dollars were fucking funneling money all around the world and supporting terrorist organizations.
That's one of the things they hit Elon Musk with, right? He's like, well, we react very quickly, but we can also fix our mistakes. He goes, we're making 7 million moves. Of course, there's going to be some mistakes, but we can fix them very quickly. He said, for instance, because that's what the press lady hit him with was, well, you turned off all this money for AIDS medications going to Africa. He's like, right. We also turned it back on, like that. Of course, AIDS medication going into Africa is a good thing. We put that right back on. Yes,
but even things like that, the reality is
right. How much of that's actually getting to the
even
end?
Things like that we need to. I am all for Doge auditing every dollar all the way to the end user. I want to know that there's actually some individual in Africa that we spent. Let's just say it costs $100 for his medication a month. That we spent that $100 and there's a motherfucker who's actually getting it and taking it. I want to know that. And the only reason why I say that is because all of these, every single fucking government program is a scheme for these fucking politicians to line their pockets. Democrat or Republican. I say burn them all down.
So you got all these kids on the internet right now doing Google Maps and shit, and they're tracing down all these addresses where this $180 million went to, and it's a fucking shack. They're like, there was no way they had offices in this place. It's literally like an automotive repair place. The roof is leaking.
All the time. That's how they do it all the time.
And Elon Musk said, he says, we went through, I went through these systems and we're looking at these, and he says, we have contractors that had a 3-week contract and we have paid them every week for 20 years. And then we have all these people on the do not pay list.
Yeah.
He said, we've never not paid anyone on the do not pay list. All the payments are still going through. Chelsea Clinton Foundation, $3 million. Like all kinds of just crazy shit.
Crazy, yeah.
And when they looked at the Chelsea Clinton Foundation, there had been like, I think, I don't know, 20,000 meals or whatever. But when they looked at the math on it, it was like $1,100 per meal to get these to the end user on the plate. It's just fucking wild, man.
It's because they're just...
And I think what's happening is Trump's like, yes, he's doing a very marvelous job. I'm going to tell him to look at the Board of Education next. And then I'm going to tell him to go to the Pentagon. And then I'm going to tell him to go to the military. They're already there, motherfucker. When he's saying, I'm going to tell you to do this, that's to get you to go protest at the fucking locked door where nobody is. It's already happened.
If Trump comes out and says, let's just say, let's just say he comes out and he's like, I'm going to get rid of all the vehicles that the post office has. And you get all fired up and get your base out and you go out there and you're like, we're going to protest him. Those vehicles have already been chopped up. So he's not telegraphing to the point. It's just that it's going so fast that they can't keep up. And it's kind of like, so you got these federal judges. So the current thing about the money, right? About he has to give the money up or he doesn't have to give the money up. And you have a federal, obviously an Obama appointee federal judge that says that he has to pay out the money that Congress has already authorized, right? Now, there is an argument. I see both sides of this coin. There is an argument to say that Congress already authorized the payment for that money. So who is the president to stop the fact that the Congress has already authorized that payment? There is an argument for that, I think. Now, but there also is an argument for this. If I just fired, which as the president of the United States, I have the authority because, unfortunately, guys, the USAID and even the Department of Education was created through executive orders, which the presidents control exclusively. If I fire everybody from USAID, I still can go, money's available. There's just nobody to push the money.
Then we need...
I mean, I look at it like this.
Okay, but under that, we're assuming that Congress knows that there was $70 million going for comics books for transgenders.
100%.
Right?
100%.
So let's fucking pull that paperwork and see who fucking signed that then.
The
and
issue
the Sesame Street Fire Rat, because those motherfuckers in Congress couldn't name any of it.
Yeah, the issue is this. The issues, and I believe that the Senate Majority Leader is getting ready to fix this. The issue is this. The reason why we do these massive spending bills.
Because they don't know what's buried in there.
They do know what's buried in there. They know that the graft is buried in there. Comic books for transgender, multinational Guatemalans is not for any of that. That is that is specifically going to a fucking shack in the middle of nowhere where somebody that's not even there is transferring that money to the Bahamas, and then it's going to fucking whatever Democratic or Republican representative that signed off on that.
When they started saying we need to see where the kickbacks are coming from, that's when they all started squealing.
Of course. Here's the thing. They know those, you know.
He said, she's a nasty, nasty lady.
Warren.
Nasty.
You know, Warren and...
that's who I'm talking about, Pocahontas.
Warren and who's that lady from California that's like 4 million years old?
Nancy Pelosi?
No. She's from what's the...
Who's the bald black chick?
God, I can't think of her name. Anyways, but they know that that's where that money's coming from. They know that the DNC has been subsidized through federal programs for a long, long fucking time. And so that's why they're out there. I mean, the reality is you haven't heard one of them. Not one single one of them. They complain about Trump. They complain about closing USAID. They complain about them being in the Department of Education. But you have not heard a single liberal Democrat go, well, we are wasting trillions of dollars.
Did you hear one of the Congress people's like, well, we can cut spending if we need. Why? We were voted to do this. Elon Musk wasn't voted. We can do what he's doing if that's what you want us to do.
Yeah, there's not a single. You cannot. That's how fucking dumb, or not dumb. That's how dumb they think we are. You cannot. There's not a single time in history, not a single time in U.S. history where taxpayers went, oh, you know, it'd be great if you just spent more of our money. Who has been fucking hounding everybody about the deficit for the last 20 years? The government. It's been the government that's telling us that the deficit is so bad. The government. They could have cut all this fucking shit a long fucking time ago, but they never did it because, again, it's how you take a waitress, put her in Congress, and now she's worth $11 million.
She's worth $120 million.
Well, whatever it is,
she's worth $120 million.
Whatever it is, it doesn't equal the pay that she has been getting. I mean, the reality is, you getting elected to a seat in Congress should never make you a millionaire, unless you were a millionaire before you did it.
Right.